So you never know when that one connection that you make is gonna make an entire difference in your career, in your job, in the sales. But the only thing is, you gotta be out there and active in the industry in order to make those connections. So with me is Teresa Ging, the founder of Sugar Bliss, who is one of these people who's out there everywhere doing stuff, and it definitely has helped her. We're gonna talk a little bit about that today. So Teresa, thanks for joining us. And to start off, just tell everybody about your philosophy on getting out there.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of networking. It's kind of the core of my business as the CEO. I mean, getting out there, networking, with other founders, possibly your next investor, going to different events. It could be something as your Chamber of Commerce events or an industry event, or so I network a lot.
Yeah, and we were discussing before, there's like 4 kind of areas that she focuses on. I'll list them out now and then we'll dig into each one, but basically industry groups, associations, stuff like that, networking functions, which include events, but also other types of get-togethers, then presenting, opportunities to present and help other people, and then the 4th is social media. So starting with industry groups, tell us a little bit about your activities.
Yeah, so because we have a brick and mortar store, we do food service, we do CPG, there's so many different organizations. So with the brick and mortar store, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, so I do go to those events to get catering business accounts. Then I do other like food events, or like there's one, Naturally Chicago, that connects founders together. There's also like Chicago Innovation, that's another business group. So there's a lot of different, so I go to a lot of industry groups and then business groups, because part of my business is business catering.
Okay, so it kind of melds in good with what you do, because like she mentioned, she has a storefront selling directly to consumers, but also the product side, CPG products and food service products. So the next thing is networking function. So it's not like formal industry events, but just opportunities to gather.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I do networking even at trade shows. So I networking is very important as a founder, and also you learn from other founders when you go to these events, especially with CPG, because we all deal with the same issues.
Yeah, but we see that a lot here in ECRM sessions. When people are in between meetings and they have some free time, they're always wandering to other founders and talking to them and just exchanging best practices, learning about, are you with this buyer? Oh, what's it like working with them? I'm going to have a meeting with them. So we see a lot of that happening. Now, the other thing is presenting, which is kind of like, helping others, but you get involved in a lot. And I know you talked about 3 of them. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying in April, I'm presenting on 3 different panels. One is with Choose Chicago, which is a tourism. That's important for my business because we do a lot of catering. We work also highly with McCormick Convention Center. And so I'm on a panel about iconic brands. So we've been around for 18 years. So excited to be on that panel. But again, it's just giving more brand exposure about my brand. The second one, I'm on a panel with WeBank, which is the Women Business Enterprise. And I'm talking about financial excellence, about building your financial team. So that's more of a business panel. But yeah, I mean, being in business for 18 years, they asked me if I would talk about how I built my financial team over the time. And then the last one, I'm partnered with the New York Public Library, and I'm on a panel with another Asian American owned business. We both were in finance, left, and now we both have CPG businesses. So talking about kind of that roadmap. So every time we're on these panels, there are people listening, and again, you never know who your next. It could be a buyer from a retailer, or it could be an investor. So a lot of times people reach out to me after LinkedIn and was like, I really enjoyed the panel, let's connect. And that's how you kind of grow your business.
So you've come across some opportunities from doing these different things.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of times it's from somewhere you wouldn't expect.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, people, I mean, they want to see the person behind the brand. And so I mean, a lot of people are very helpful. Like I was on a panel a couple weeks ago, and someone said, I've had people introduce me to investors because I've been on a panel.
Okay.
So so you just never know,
And the panel, being on a panel also has a little cachet to it. You're seen as an authority, But how do you get on those panels? Do they find you? Do you find them? A mixture of both?
They find me a lot.
Okay.
But what I would say is like, talking to the next thing about social media, these panels, you start building kind of a brand, that, and a go-to person, and then you start putting on your social media newsletter and stuff like that. And so being on these panels, once you start being knowledgeable about your industry, can really help build your brand as well.
Gotcha. And I know you're on social media a lot, both, like Instagram and, more consumer-facing ones, but you're also very active on LinkedIn too, which is important.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about LinkedIn in particular?
Yeah. Again, every Instagram is great, to put the cupcakes and the cookies and stuff like that. And we do put some stuff about me, because everyone wants to see other stuff. But LinkedIn is where you kind of talk about the business stuff. And it could be anywhere when, we had, it could be something like you're struggling. Like people want to know your wins, but also your not wins and the personal struggles that you have. And so, I probably post like 2 times at least a week on LinkedIn. And you gotta, I will say many years ago before I got the CPG, I wasn't posting on LinkedIn that much. But now that I am like consistent about that, that's been really helpful in building the brand. So, at least post like once a week,
Yeah. And I see you engage with other people's posts too.
Yes. Oh,
comments.
engaging. Yes. Even liking it, like, obviously, like I just posted, we just launched at the airport, and I think we got, I don't remember how many impressions, but I had like 200, like a lot of comments, and I can't respond to everyone, but I can like everyone. And then once in a while, like I saw a buyer that I've been trying to talk to, and so it's like it starts that conversation. You know what I mean? And you know that they're looking at your stuff. So posting on it gives you a credibility to your the buyers, because they see, wow, you've expanded this retailer, this avenue. So post on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think I agree 100%. I practically live on
LinkedIn you do
now, but also you never know who you're going to come across on it, and that exposure, that conversation. The way I liken it is treat LinkedIn as if you are at a networking function, right? The same type of conversations, same type of engagement. You don't sit across the table from someone during a networking function or a dinner and not say anything and not do anything. You engage in the conversation. It's no different.
Right.
LinkedIn, same way. Don't feel shy about adding your opinion, because you would do that if you were sitting with somebody at the dinner table. Yep. So just get involved, and you never know what's going to happen, and you won't miss out on opportunities. Yep. So thanks again.
Thank you.